Alright, hello everyone, how are you guys doing? Hope you guys are having a wonderful day, and today we're here with another comparison video. For this video, we will be comparing the Arclight to an Abyssal Whip, because from what I would imagine, these are the two weapons that are most likely to be used while you are killing any form of demon in the catacombs, that being greater demons, abyssal demons, and I think that's about it. Also, obviously, if you guys don't know, I'll go ahead and explain what the Arclight does here in a second. But before we get on into the video, I'm going to go ahead and say that this video we will be doing a giveaway. So if you guys want to be entered, all you have to do is like the video and be subscribed. Also, if you actually want to win, comment your RSN down below in the comments. This is the winner of the last one. LMFAO1 fan, so congratulations to him. I'll get in contact with him, I will give him a bond, and that is also what we're giving away on this video, so make sure to do that. But with that said, I'm going to go ahead and get on into the video now. So, basically, if you guys don't know, the Arclight came out a while ago along with the Catacombs update, and the Arclight is pretty much the best weapon in the game against any form of demon, so abyssal demons, greater demons. This also goes for Skatizo. The Zamorak boss is where this is also very helpful at, and I believe it works for Sire too. That would make sense. But basically, I'm going to go ahead and compare in this video what the Arclight does as far as XP wise compared to a whip. Now there is a lot of things to take into account here. There's a kind of a comparison at the end as far as like cost and like what difference it actually makes over a long term. But this is going to be kind of a long explanation of what we need to do. So I feel like it's only right to go ahead and show you guys what I was wearing on these tasks. So while I was at Abbey Demons in the Catacombs, I went ahead and prayed melee. So I was wearing Proselyte, and this was the armor that I was rocking. Also, obviously with the whip. And from there, I worked on this on my main account, so I had 99s across the board. So there is that. Now with that said, obviously the XP rates will change depending on what your stats are and what kind of armor you have. This is what I felt was very accessible to most people. Obviously not a torture or primordials, but it was good enough for a comparison. So let's go ahead and get on into it. Alright, so now we move on to the hourly rates that I was able to... Okay, shit. Alright, so to begin, we'll go ahead and look at the stats that you were able to get from both of these weapons. So the Abyssal Whip obviously requires 70 attack. You guys probably know that, I would imagine. And as far as the Arclight goes, you will have to have 75 attack to be able to wield this, so that is a little bit higher of a requirement. You also need to have done Shadow of the Storm to go ahead and get the Dark Light, and then from there, you will have to charge the Arclight with Ancient Shards from the Catacombs, which is where this is really a weird weapon as far as efficiency to use. Now, if you go down and look at the stats, as you can see with the Whip, plus 82 slash, and then plus 82 melee strength, and then with the Arclight, that's where it kind of is a little weird, and I put above my character that the Arclight provides a 70% increase to accuracy and strength when used against a demonic creature, i.e. Abbey Demons. And the attack bonuses for this, you're going to be using Slash on Demons because it has the best overall accuracy, so 38 Slash, and then whenever we go to melee strength, it has an 8. So, I mean, if you're comparing base stats without the effects, obviously not that good, but in practice it is better. So, down below I have the cost and the speed interval of both attacks. They attack at the same rate, so nothing really to see there. The cost, as far as the whip goes, is 1.8 mil. Now, there really is no actual cost, as it doesn't degrade or do anything, but that's the initial input you would need. As far as the Arclight goes, there is no cost to get it other than having done the quest, but there is kind of a cost in the fact that you need to use one Ancient Shard for every 333.3 repeating attacks that you do on a monster. So with that said, that is the overview. Going to go ahead and go on into the hourly rates that we have now. So the hourly rates that I was able to get with the Abyssal Whip, now keep this in mind, my XP rates obviously change from each video because we're killing different monsters. For this one, Abbey Demons have a pretty decent defense that's standard across the board. Their stab, slash, and crush defense are all the same, so there's no way to really improve upon this as far as any of these attack styles go. I was using slash with both of them, and with the whip I was getting 90k combat XP per hour. I know there's a strength icon, and I messed this up in the last video, so I'll try not to do it again. That is just combat XP. 30k HP XP, and then 22.5k Slayer XP. And then with the Arclight, I was able to get 97k strength, 32.3k HP, XP, and 24.2k Slayer X per hour. So, with that said, obviously, as you guys can see, I mean, the Arclight is better, but it's around 8% better than the whip as far as DPS. So, I mean, it's not crazy, but it obviously does have a pretty decent difference, as it is noticeable at least. So with that said, we're going to go ahead and go on into basically kind of a culmination of stats that I have for these weapons, and kind of see, you guys can decide for yourself if you think it's worth it. And here we are. So this is kind of the overview. There's a lot of things to take into account, and I'm probably going to stumble over my words trying to say them, but you guys shouldn't be able to get the idea. So the XP rates in the top left and top right are respective to obviously what I showed you before, staying on the same side. Now this is where there's just a kind of a lot of things that I can go ahead and tell you guys, but I'll start it by saying there's really no cost comparison to be made here. If there was, it would be insanely hard to do, because you would have to determine which boss you want to kill with the Arclight, assuming you're not using it for Slayer, so either Zamrock or Abyssal Sire, and then from there you have to decide how much of a difference that the Arclight makes there rather than another weapon. You also have to go ahead and then assume like the average return on kill for either one of those bosses. It's too much to test, and realistically I'm just throwing that out there because it all comes down to what you think is worth it. I'm going to show you guys what the Arclight's able to do over the whip, and you can take that and be like, that's probably not worth it because I'd rather have 10,000 charges at Zammy, or you can be like, I don't care about Zammy at all, I'd rather have another 60k XP. So go ahead and get on into it. Basically, as far as attacks per hours go with either of these weapons, I think you can max out a little higher than this, but I was getting 1464. The total use time then for this weapon is 6.831 hours, so you have that to go off of. The initial cost, obviously, as I said, to fully charge it, the full 10,000, is 30 ancient shards, and basically I came out to that averages around 7,000 abyssal demons that you would have to kill in the catacombs to go ahead and get these shards back. Now, I know it's not realistic to kill 7,000 abbey demons. Most people get these charges throughout doing an entirety of Slayer, but I have no way to know how many, you're killing down here. That's just an example. And basically, there is a little bit of a return as far as the Arclight goes, because whenever you use 10,000 charges with it, you'll be killing so many abyssal demons, and obviously then they have a chance to regain you shards. So on average, per 10,000 uses, you should be able to get back about 13 to 1500 charges, so somewhere in there. So it obviously doesn't pay for itself in the fact of charges. You'll get 13 to 15% back, but you have that to kind of go off of if you want to know what you should get in return. So from there, I mean, there's a ton of ways to go with this, and none really better than another, but a full Arclight will provide you with another 48k combat XP, 16k HP XP, and about 12k Slayer XP. I mean, it's relatively minuscule for what it does, and the Arclight is really helpful at other bosses. So, I mean, it all comes down to a real judgment call here. I don't know what exactly you're going to want to use this for. If you find that you'd like to do Zammy, then, I mean, it may be worth it for you to go ahead and save the charges for that. If you like doing Sire and maybe you like doing it with an Arclight, go ahead and do that. But it all comes down to a judgment call, and it's really nothing I can make for you. So that'll be it for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you guys did, make sure to leave a like. As I said earlier, you can enter yourself into the giveaway. But yeah, I mean, it was really fun kind of comparison just to see how much of a difference it actually made, but there's no real easy way to compare it. It's just kind of something that you have to come up with on your own. If you guys have any suggestions as far as to what I could compare in the future, feel free to leave those down below in a comment. I'm open to a lot of suggestions. There's a lot of cool things in the game yet to compare that I have not done. So make sure to hit up the clan chat in-game, large EXP lamp, 2 E's. Make sure you remember that. Twitter is in the description. And yeah, subscribe if you really enjoy the content. But with that said,